Hello, good morning, friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel of Astrologer Anil Aggarwala. Today, we will be talking about the after effects of the planets and especially the nodes. Talking about the nodes, from the past, looking at the eclipses which took place in 1889 December and December 1917. I come to the conclusion that Ketu in Moola and Jyestha nakshatra left deep scars in the world. You know, since both Moola and Jyestha nakshatra are ferocious and bitter nakshatras, these nakshatras extremely malefic, and hence Ketu transit, as per the past, can give similar happenings in the world in the near future and even in the coming future. Although the world may get some respite from the COVID-19, but there may be other issues which may crop since Ketu is known for its significations and especially the Spanish theory on the part of China may bring the countries at dagger's drawn, especially the US and China. The Eclipses nakshatra Moola is a dreaded one and represented by goddess Niti, who rules destruction and rebuilding also as well. Hence, first destruction to the root and then rebuilding the world after a lot of wars and destructions. In this article, I'm going to discuss the planetary positions at the time of eclipses, and you know you can see for yourself the charts I am going to mention at the bottom. You can see the charts which are identical to the solar eclipses on the 26th December 2019 is identical to the earlier two eclipses which have left deep scars for the complete globe, and they were malefic happenings even after their nodes changed the sign from the Gemini Sagittarius axis to Taurus Scorpio axis. Hence, it seems that even if the globe gets respite from the coronavirus, there may be many other issues in the world, and maybe it is economic recession, unemployment, or brawl between the countries taking an ugly shape. This can prove most catastrophic for the world and a hanging fire, as can be seen from the earlier two eclipses in the Gemini Sagittarius axis, where the eclipses took place in the Moola and Ardra nakshatra. The eclipse of the uh, the December 1889 when is absolutely parallel to the eclipse of 26 December. In both cases, Jupiter was with Ketu, but there was spiritual awakening in the year 1890. So we can also expect a spiritual awakening in the year 2020 and 21. Planets refer Please refer to my articles on the Rahu and Ketu ingress in their own stars in the Express Star Trailer, already published in the November edition of on the page 44, where I had predicted the outcome of the article and written, and I had also predicted about the virus spread from China as per the 26th December eclipse on the 17th September 2019 for the virus spread. Let us have a look on the chart of 26th December. It need not be explained. There was a cluster of 6 planets, and their planetary positions are absolutely parallel to what the earlier two eclipses took place. And then in there were wars also in earlier times. The wars took place in the year 1890, and then uh, you know all has been mentioned here. The wars are the first France war, the second was Franco war, then Sino Japanese war 1894 1895, the Ralo Ethiopian war, and so many other things, the Greece Turkish war. So all this happened only after the eclipses in the coming years. The good part was that there was some development in the X-rays were discovered, and they were what do you call spiritual awakening also. So we could see some amazing science developments also. Maybe it is for the medical improvements or medical science. I feel that we could have some innovative, amazing developments. Now, the eclipse which took place in December 1917, we all know we had a Spanish flu, and it lasted for all the woes, and the effects lasted for almost 2 years. So the difference was that the Rahu and Ketu were in their own nakshatras at the time of eclipse. But in the case of 26th December, Rahu was in the Ardra nakshatra, but Ketu was not in a Moola nakshatra. So that is a saving, and that is probably because the effects in the coronavirus are much lesser than what the Spanish flu uh, gave to the world. Uh, now, Now, the countries who will be influenced most, USA since has four planets in the sign Gemini, and in the 1/7 axis, the eclipses are going to take place. Even 21st June, another eclipse is going to take place. And as per theory of Mr. K. N. Rao, the theory of inevitability, whenever the eclipses take place in this 1/7 axis of Sun and the dasha or antardasha of a planet which has the capacity propensity to bring a downfall, then that person or that country suffers. Now, in the case of US, the dasha is of Rahu, and Rahu is placed in the 12th house, and Rahu is going to change its nakshatra. Rahu is placed in the 11th house of the chart over the four planets over the sun, and it is going to change the nakshatra of change to nakshatra of Mars, and Mars will be placed in the 6-8 axis from the Rahu, and then immediately after the 4th of May, this Mars will aspect the Lagna. First of all, it is aspecting from the 6th house, then it will have a direct aspect on the Lagna. The 8th aspect from the 6th house is a very strong one, and it may force Trump to take some aggressive stance. But it will not be good. It will not be good for Trump also, because the dasha of Trump is Jupiter, Saturn, and Saturn is the debilitation lord of Jupiter. And in his case, the Jupiter is fallen, and the transit Jupiter will also fall. The problem for Leo Lagna is that the 8th lord is Jupiter, and it is also the 8th lord from the 10th house, because the sign Sagittarius falls in the 8th house. And when the 8th house from the Lagna will fall as a fallen planet in the 8th from the 10th house, and his natal fallen Jupiter will be in the 10th from the fallen planet, will put him in hot waters. He will have to face a very difficult situation. First, because of the coronavirus, the number of deaths which take place because of coronavirus, and then just to uh, you know what do you call add mileage for his election year, he may put all the blame on China, and for that he may take some aggressive stance to escape his not controlling the virus. So he will take some aggressive stance against China. That all can be seen since the transit of Mars is showing. First, it is in the sixth house, then it goes in the seventh house, and then it goes in the eighth house after 16th of August, and it stays there for 189 days. And during that 189 days, 81 days it will be in a fallen state, and 81 days it will be a fallen state from 4th of October to 24th of October. And the unfortunate part is that the eighth lord, where Mars will be placed in a fallen state, Jupiter will also be fallen from the 4th of October to 20th of November. So this period from 4th of November to 20th of November will be the most critical time frame for US to get into trouble, and especially Trump getting into trouble. I've already predicted uh, the outcome of the elections. Even if the elections are postponed, Donald Trump, there are no chances for Donald Trump to come back in position. His chart is extremely weak, as I've explained above. Joe Biden scores much better than him, and even if the elections are postponed, uh, Trump may not be able to score. China solar eclipse is taking place, has taken place in the 22nd Grayskone, the 12th house, where the fallen Jupiter is placed, and his dasha is of Mercury, placed in the ninth house, totally eclipsed by Ketu in retrogression, although in exaltation sign, but totally eclipsed by Ketu. And since he is placed in the ninth house as the ninth lord, he loses the lordship of the sixth house. And when Mars transits in aspects the sixth house, and when this fallen Mars comes over the fallen Jupiter, in the case of China, between 4th of October to 24th of December will be the time frame when there will be the brawl between US and China will take an ugly shape. It is really painful to see the planets in this condition. India would also, the conjunction of Mars and Saturn is also a dreaded one, and although it is up to 4th of May, but it is said that whenever planets are about to change sign, Navamsha, Nakshatra, they can prove most venomous, and Mars leaving the sign on the 4th of May and till 1st of May, as I've already explained, the planetary positions are extremely venomous and enigmatic. So there could be unforeseen circumstances, as I've already explained, and the relation between US and China can take an ugly shape during this period, and it can escalate for the rest part till till Mars, after being fallen, it goes back in the sign uh, Aries. It will go back in the sign Aries only after 24th of December. So, as a matter of fact, all this will happen till Mars leaves the sign Aries. Mars will join the sign Aries on 16th of August, and it will remain there till 21st of February 2021. So this time period will be the most venomous and a critical time period for Trump and China to be at dagger's throne. All the countries, as a matter of fact, would blame China and all, and Trump would take an aggressive step, and so would the other countries. So, what my feeling is that this time frame would be the most malefic time frame for the world. Talking about the stock and financial markets, uh, Saturn and Jupiter will come back to the same point where the first break in the economy took place on the 24th, 25th September. Jupiter will be at 25 degrees and Saturn will be at 3 degrees 27 minutes. on between 5th and 6th August. They will be touching these degrees three times. So these this time frame can be most enigmatic. Whatever happened in India and whatever happened in the rest part of the world, we all know that there was riots in Delhi, and Donald Trump had also visited during this time between 24th and 25th of February, when the stock market had touched a new low, and there were also riots in Delhi. So it's similar planetary positions is occurring between 4th and 5th of August, because both the planets are in retrogression. They will touch these degrees for three times. First, they have already touched on the 24th, 25th of February. Then second time they will touch on the 4th and 5th of August. And third time probably Jupiter will touch in October, and Saturn will touch in November. So what my point is that the planetary positions are extremely venomous, and we have to see what all happens. Even if the woes of coronavirus are reduced after the 16th and 17th of July, when sun comes out of the grip of Rahu, and Mercury is also out of the grip of Rahu on 2nd of August, and it joins its exaltation sign between on the 2nd till 22nd. It will be in its exaltation sign, and it's one good thing is it will be in its exaltation sign when Ketu leaves uh, the sign Sagittarius. So 20th to 22nd September is a very good time, because Jupiter is because Mercury will be exalted at that time, and Ketu will leave that sign. So as a matter of fact, it shows that by and large the woes of the coronavirus may be over by this time. So that's about all, friends. This is what I wanted to say, and wish you best of luck. Let's see. Let's hope for the best, and we see what all could happen. Thank you. Bye bye.